Welcome to Keid. This is a tool to operate your consulting business and improve the client experience. Hi, I'm Klaus. I'm one of the co-founders of Keid, and today I'll go through a demo of the entire system. So Keid is more than a traditional task manager. It's one place to operate your entire consulting business, so you can keep track of everything from proposals and contracts to invoices and running the project inside. But it's also meant to give the clients a more professional experience and see exactly what's going on, so it's less stress, less micromanagement. So I think the best thing is if I just dive right into the system. So what we're looking at right now is the first dashboard. And you also have the look and feel of Keid that is kind of retro. We're thinking of an old filing system. It should be easy to file everything. It's in one single place. You can also turn on and off the tabs up there. So if you don't want to see something, you can easily turn it off. So this is a dashboard. So you have three different roles inside of Keid. You can be a principal, then you see everything. You see all the proposals, contracts, invoices, all the projects and clients. Then a principal can invite consultants. A consultant will only see those projects that the principal give access to. So a typical perfect, if you have subcontractors, you have freelancers, you just want them to see part of the system, but still be on the consultant side. And then you have clients, and they will see only their own project, so it's a bit easier, simpler view, but everyone has the same look and feel when they get into the system. So today we're looking at what a principal sees inside the system. You will see everything. And the first place we see here is the dashboard. So in general, Keid is meant to replace all your other tools that you run your business with. So, and this kind of summarizes it because this page summarizes everything that goes on inside of Keid. So the first thing you have here is a green box, and this tells you if you have something that needs your attention today. If something is due today or overdue, it will be placed in this box. And also if you have something here, it will go out in the email in the morning, say, giving you a gentle nudge. Hey, you have something that needs your attention inside the system. This goes also for if you have a client, for example, that have a task assigned to them. So everyone that has a task that's due or overdue will get this message. Then I will see all the tasks that are assigned to me. I will also see all the upcoming deliverables. I can see for which project and which client it is and the due dates. So I get a full overview what I need to put my attention to. I can see if I have any private messages inside of the system. I can also see all the messages that are going on in all the discussion groups for all clients and projects, and just the latest ones. I can see if I have any meetings, all the latest files uploaded to any project, I will see here. If I have any new signed contracts, if there are any contracts with change requests in them. I can see here if there's a proposal that has been approved or if there's a change request to a proposal. The same goes for invoices. I can see if they have been received or marked as paid, and then I get an overview of my projects, my clients. I can see all my active projects, my team, and my clients. So this gives me a first overview. Typically you go in here, the first thing you do in the morning to see what's upcoming, you get a control over everything that goes on in your business. So the first thing you can do after this is you can send proposals. So here you get an overview of all your proposals in the different stages. You can here see the proposals that you have sent and they're waiting for client. You can see if you have any change requests that come in. You can see if you have any updated proposals still waiting for client and if they're approved or declined. So what you can do here is you go in and create a proposal. You can have your own template. So let's look at this one, Design DNA, that we have done before, and you have the template. I can edit it. I can put in bullet list. I can put in tables, whatever I want. And then I go down here and I send it. And what happens is that it goes out an email and saying, hey, you've received a proposal from Descinder or your business, and you get the client gets a link. They can then see the proposal. They can't edit anything, but they can decline. Hopefully you get away from ghosting, or they can approve. Then you're happy, or they can ask for a change. So when they ask for a change, you will get this notification inside of the system. So here you can see there's a change request that come in. I can see exactly when it was made and by whom, and also what it is. This is the comment, so I can take this comment, update the proposal, send a new one. So all this means that you want the proposal process to go faster and also deal with the serious customers directly. So it's easy to see what you should address and when. And here's also a nice feature that we have. You can see for the sent proposals, you can see if they are viewed or not. So you can see when you sent them, and you can see if the client has actually clicked on the link to view your proposal or not. Going into contracts, this is quite similar to proposals, but it is a contract instead. So you get an overview of the sent contracts, signed contracts, updated contracts, and if they're sent waiting for a client. So here you can see, if I want to create a contract, I click here. Again, I can have as many templates as I want. So this is the general contract that we have been using. I go in and I fill out the current customer. And down here, I scroll down and I send it to the client. And what happens is they get an email, hey, you received a new contract. They click the link, come to a page. And here they can do three things. They can either decline it, or they can also give an electronic signature. So we have e-signatures built into Keid. And they can also ask for change requests. This is quite common, as you know, when it comes to contracts. So here you can see for this contract that I sent, I can see there is a change request that came in. I click on this one. I can see also who made this comment and when. I can see, please review section 5, business expenses. And I go down and I update the contract and I send it, and they can either accept it, decline it, or they can ask for change again. So this will speed up your entire contract process. Instead of sending things back and forth in emails, it's automated. Inside, you get a full overview of what's happening. So these are things you can do before you even start your daily work, I would say. But the meat of the system comes now. It's around clients and projects. So I click on clients. And here I have a clarity on all my client relationships. So I have these 3 clients in my business that I put in here. For each single client, I also have client information. So I know about the contact information, their payment information, and this will also feed the invoices. So for this first one, I have 2 ongoing projects. The second one here, I have 2 projects, and the third one, I have 3 ongoing projects. So I can easily create a new project and can also invite clients. But what you typically do is that you have a client, you set up the project first, and then you invite the client. That way they will get a really professional impression of it. So looking at this one, I'll take this client here, Fior, and let's look at the design, development, and sketching project. If I click on it, it will take me to the project page. And this project page summarizes everything that goes on. So first of all, I'll see the description. And then the scope is here. So this is really to get away from scope creep. It will be clear for everyone what you have agreed on this project. If it's not here, it's meant for another project. So this is what we have agreed on. It's in front of you and the client all the time. So I can see this start December 15th and end March 10th. So if I scroll down a bit here, you will see that there is a timeline. That starts, this is a mix between a task list and a Gantt chart. It starts December 15th and ends March 10th. So I can see all my tasks going from December 15th down to March 10th. And in this system, you have 2 types. You have tasks, they have a start and end date, and then you have deliverables. It's these green, black lines, and it's just one date. So that's a difference. So typically you can tie the deliverables to something in the contract. You have a kickoff meeting. It's sometimes you should send them a deliverable. That's when you mark it in system. And even if you add it as a task, you can easily afterwards switch it back, switch it to a deliverable, and the other way around. So here you can see you can assign tasks internally, but also to the clients. This is quite necessary because many times you send them a questionnaire or a brief, you want them to do something, and it's clear in this system that they need to do something before the project moves on. So looking at this, I can see who's assigned to. So let's look at the task that is assigned to me. Let's take this colorway exploration, and if I now put it to done, I switch it, it will be marked to green. But also what would happen is that the client will see this approve button. So what they can do is they can click approve, but instead of approve it, maybe they need, they type in a please, I can't type, please, review or change this, and click revise. So in the system, it will now be marked as blue. So that means that I thought I was done, but someone else thought, well, we don't really agree. So I can go in and see this comment. It's made by Klaus, February 6th, and I can see, please, here is the comment. So I go back and I update the task, and when I'm done, I mark it to done again. The button appears, it says approve, so the client can go in and they can click on approve. And this time, hopefully they don't have any more ask for revision or disapproval, so they click approve. And what happens now is this, first of all, you can't change the status anymore because you want to move on. This is done, it's in the past, it says approved. But also up here, we now have a decision log for everything in the contract or in the project. So here you have the colorway exploration was approved by Klaus on February 6th. So anytime later on, you can always go back to this log and see who made the approval and at what time. So this makes it really clear when it comes to certain discussions, and also you want to have that in written that it is approved and you can move on. So, and then there are certain things in here. You can ask for a more detailed view when the description comes up. You can also go down and we have the calendar view, so you can see all the dates in a calendar view instead if that's something you prefer. So this is for each single project and you can easily edit it here. And as a consultant, you can add tasks and deliverables, but as a client, you cannot. So you have to ask the consultant who's in control of this. And if you go here, you also have, so this is for each single project, but now here's the project overview. So this is for you to get a quick overview of all your projects and statuses at the same time. So if I scroll on this, I have all my projects going on. If it's too much to look at, I can easily filter on client, for example, or I can filter on a project, or I can just type in, let's say all my design project comes up here. Design, and you can see there, that comes up. So what this status page is showing me is that here I can see which project it is. I can see the client name, the progress, the start date, the end date. I can see which tasks, how many tasks are done or in progress or still to do. I can see a summary of all the tasks and the deliverables, to-dos. So I see this. And also, this is now marked as red. It's because the end date is passed and we're still not done with the project. And so here I get a quick overview of all the projects and I see what needs my attention, and I also see the risks more clearly if I see that all the tasks are far away from being done and the end date is approaching, as an example. So this is just to give you more control and ease in your everyday working with clients. And the same thing goes here. If you click on open project, it will take you back to that project page that I showed you earlier. And for all of you that are time tracking, or if you just want to keep track of how much time you spend on certain tasks, we have this time tracker. There are two ways of doing this actually. First, you can go in here and you can then pick a certain client, and you can pick a project, and you can pick a task. So this starts the clock. This clock stays all the time in the system. So whatever you navigate, it will still be here, and you can pause it and you can resume, and the clock ticks on. And now I showed you the way this takes about 4 clicks to pick a task, but if you're on the previous project page where you saw the task list, there's also a clock mark or icon. So if you click that, the timer starts directly. So when I end this, it will be logged directly in the system, so I can see how much time I've spent on a project on different tasks, but I can also see on task who has logged time on that particular task. So now it's on me in the system, but if there were more people on the project, I would see exactly how much time they had also tracked on this. We go on to meetings. Here I can add meetings. I can see them in a list and also in a calendar view. And what happens here is when I add a meeting, I can pick clients and so forth, and I can invite different people to the meeting. It will be logged inside of the system, but it will also be send out an email to everyone invited. And in that email will be all the information about the meeting. And there will be a link to a Google Calendar, an Outlook calendar, and a Mac calendar. So you can easily put in their own calendars. Then we have a messaging system. So this message system allows you to talk with all your projects. So you can pick per client, for example. Let's take a client again, a project. So I can here see the different topics that I have. I can create as many topics as I want. So this is the design topic for this particular client. And inside here I have everything that goes for Fior and the topic design. Then I can have one for strategy, product development, or anything else. I decide which topics I want to have. I can also have internal channels. And I think one of the advantages of having it this way is that, you know, everything is in here. It stays in here. And also if you bring on someone later, they still have the track record and see what's been said in these conversations. We have a direct messaging system, so for all your colleagues and also clients. So here I can see for which client it is, but let's say I want to speak with Anna. I just open up the private chat and I can speak with her inside here. And I can also mention that this system works as I call a PWA app, meaning that you can download an icon on your phone or on your computer, so it works as an app, and then you can have the chat and everything on the phone. And here we come to files. So this is the part where you store all your files for all your projects. So imagine now we're a principal. Here's a long list of all the files that we have, but I can easily sort each of these columns. I can also filter per client, per project, per category. And when it comes to categories, I can add as many categories as I want inside here. And I can search per file name. So I can upload the files here. I can also see all the latest updated files and when that was added. So I keep track of, because typically you're waiting for something right now. I don't need to go back several months, but it's still here. So then I'll see, okay, I was waiting for this. It just came in and I can take a look at it. And when it comes here as a principal or consultant, I can also see on these files, there's a downloaded. So I can see if the client has downloaded or not. So here I can see yes. Then I can also see it's a download log. So I know when the client did it, downloaded it, and also who downloaded it. So you have a bit of overview, behind the scenes view if they actually have paid attention to it. And we have one more thing here that can be really convenient. It's when you upload a file. Here you just pick for which client, project, category, and so forth, and you upload the file. Right now we do not have any restriction of file type, so you can upload Excel, PDF, whatever you want to upload here. And we're also generous when it comes to the file size. But you can do here, you can assign a task, because many times you want to maybe, it's a brief document or it's some kind of template, it's a questionnaire, and then you can assign this. So you upload the file, but also assign a task to the client, asking them to review or fill out the form and give them a deadline. So now they will have it in the system on their dashboard. They will see that they have this task and they can see a deadline, and if it's past due, it will be in that green box that I showed you in the beginning. So you have real control over this. And I can mention that these files are saved in a very secure way, meaning that right now this is a representation of all the files that exist, but there is no link existing to it. So you can't find the link for this file right now. But what happens is when you click the download button, the system temporarily generates an access to download the file, and then it quickly expires. So it's not meant, because some systems, they have this file, and if you just know that one or can figure it out, you can actually access the file, but in this case you cannot. And then we come to invoices. And when it comes to invoices, here's an overview of invoices that are marked as paid. Here are invoices marked as received. I can also see here all the invoices that I have sent and some drafts. So what happens here is that I can easily go in and create an invoice, and I pick a client, and then it pre-populates the fields from the client information that I have. So it's here, but I can easily also change it. It's not stuck here. So I can, write anything else, and I can upload my own information. I can pick a currency here, and then when I add an item, I just easily, item 1, let's do this quickly. It's a quantity of 2 and it's 30. And it goes in here. So, and if I have more of them, I can just drag and rearrange them. I can add the tax, and down here is the payment information. So it's really quickly made. And the same thing is when you send the invoice, they will be receiving an email. So in that email, you can see the invoice. They can decide to print it as a PDF if they like, but it's also inside of the system. So it's in front of the clients and you all the time, and they can mark the invoice as paid, or it can mark as received, because so many times I've sent an invoice and I don't know even if they've received it, so now they can mark it as received. So these are all the features that we have in here just to help you run your business more efficiently, and also be in control and have one place where you have logged what's going on and give the client some more professional impressions. I can show you a couple of more things. We have inside here a section where we have all videos where I show you all the different parts of the system, how you treat them. Then in here we have a part where we would love to hear your ideas. So we have where our users can add ideas for improvement of the system. And then we have an upvote system, so you can vote up for feature you'd like to see, because we're a long roadmap and we're adding things all the time. But then we also want to listen to you, so we might prioritize those things that you actually want to see inside the system. So you can invite your users. But one thing I want to show you down here is if I go down here to personal settings. Look at the tabs up here now. Now I can see everything. But let's see, I'm not working with invoices. Then I can just toggle this easily off, or I'm not doing time tracking. I can take that away, or I don't want to do proposals and contracts. So I can give much easier, simpler view to just focus on the things that I'm doing. So with the system, you can be more in control and spend less time on administration and have scattered tools. Everything is in one place. You can sign up directly on our web page, and if you sign up for an annual subscription, you have a 14-day money-back guarantee, so there's no risk for you if you for some reason wouldn't find it useful for you. But hope you enjoy it, and see you inside.